Today, we are going to be taking notes on parallel lines and transversal. This is 3.1 notes, brand new notes. You can print your notes out, it looks something like this, or you can handwrite your notes in your interactive notebooks. Your choice. If you print it out, make sure you glue this inside your notes. You're also going to need highlighters. 2 colors, please, specifically, so that when you use one color, it represents the same number angle relationship, and the other color so that you can tell the difference between the two. Okay, so you're going to need highlighters. You're also will be finishing up by doing some practice question on Desmos. Now, here I have example of my notes. So in the end, you will be able to double check your notes as well. Please make sure to submit your notes at the end for proof of completing the notes. Relationship. Let's look at different parts. So what you see here are 2 parallel lines that is cut by a transversal. So let's go ahead and go through the vocabulary words. So this line here we're going to call T, which is actually called the transversal. So we are calling this the transversal. Okay, now these 2 lines here are considered parallel lines. So we're going to call this line L and line M. Now notice that these 2 lines are parallel. Before we begin the vocabulary words and looking at the different type of angle relationship, let's understand the parts of it. So inside here, all this inside here is what we call the interior. So I'm going to write interior. So this is interior. Okay, so that's the interior. So everything inside the parallel lines are considered interior. So when you hear the word interior, they're talking about everything inside. Then you have something called the exterior. So this is exterior of the parallel lines. Okay, so that's the exterior. So now we have everything inside is called the interior. Everything on the outside of the parallel lines are exterior. Now there's something else that I wanted to go over, which is the transversal. So I'm going to draw a darker line on the transversal so that we can see. So here is our transversal. So think of with the transversal, we have same side, okay, or opposite side. Which you will hear as alternate. So for the transversal, so look at this. If I look at these angles here, these are all on the same side. So this is everything on the same side. So these angles are on the same side of the transversal. 2, 4, 6, 8 are also on the same side of the transversal, but they're on the right side of the transversal. When you hear alternate or opposite side, you're looking on the opposite of the transversal. For example, 6 and 5 are on the opposite side, right? 5 and 4 are on the opposite side. You can say 1 and 2 are considered on the opposite side. 1 and 4 are on the opposite side. So that is what it means by opposite or alternate sides. Same side or opposite side, or what we call alternate sides of the transversal. So when you hear same side or alternate, they're referring to the transversal. Okay, so this is a transversal. So if I said, the angles are on the same side of the transversal, that means that, for example, 1 and 3 are on the same side of this transversal. 5 and 7 are on the same side of the transversal. 3 and 5 are considered on the same side of the transversal. But when you hear alternate, it's on the opposite side. For example, the opposite side of 5, or the opposite 5 and 6 are considered on the opposite side, right? So 5 is on the left side of the transversal, while 6 is on the opposite side. We call this alternating because they're on the opposite side. Now, another example is, let's say 7 and 2. 7 and 2 are on the opposite side of this transversal, so we will consider it as alternate or opposite sides.